Hello everyone and welcome back to K.L.P Entertainment. I am Daniel Martin and you're watching the Lucas Review. The hit movie Glass. An enjoyable new outfit from M. Night Shyamalan. Samuel L. Jackson keeps winking at the camera. It's a character tick. But it's nice to think that Jackson is signaling that he's hip to the absurdity. He plays Elijah Price, aka Mr. Glass. One of those dastardly masterminds with a tragic past and psychotic ambitions who in another era would be twirling a mustache. This being the age of comic books. He instead can be seen furiously hacking a security system of a mental institution with nitwit guards, color-coordinated art direction and a couple of world-class adversaries in neighboring cells. Glass's villainy was first related in Shyamalan's film Unbreakable, an agreeably bonkers fantasy that also introduced his everyman nemesis, David Dunn, Bruce Willis, who discovers his modest powers in middle age. He can bench press serious weight. When Unbreakable is good, it's very good. When it's bad, your eyes roll like roulette wheels. It's a bit nuts and too often belabored. Shyamalan is burdened by the auteurist need to seem original. But he has skills. Few horror movies get under your skin as easily as Unbreakable does when a killer materializes at a family's door. I Like Your House. A scene that creates the kind of terror that fires up your fight or flight response. Shyamalan's talent for primitive scares remains intact in Glass. As does his love for cramming a whole lot of story in one feature. A superhero thriller spiked with horror and family melodrama. The movie reunites its title Evildoer with Dunn and brings them face to face with Kevin Wendell Crumb, James McAvoy, the multiple personality antihero of Shyamalan's 2017 Freakout. Split. Like his filmmaker creator, Crumb can be awfully good or not. Much depends on which personality, the 9-year-old Hedwig, the bossy Patricia, the naughty Dennis, has taken hold. And whether Shyamalan is after laughs or shudders. Both of which he routinely coaxes out in Glass until he doesn't. The sly question teased in Unbreakable. The mystery that sets it apart from run-of-the-mill grandiose superhero fables. Is whether Dunn is the real deal or if Glass merely wants a foil worthy of his self-aggrandizement. In Unbreakable, Dunn starts off as a seemingly average guy. A security guard who's strictly a Clark Kent. Dunn knows that he's different, he senses evil through touch. But his powers awaken only because of Glass. When the new movie opens, Glass is under wraps and Dunn has been stealthily doing his superhero thing for a while. Sneakily saving the day under cover of the security company that he runs with his son, Spencer Treat Clark. Reprising the same role. Glass opens smoothly with some small-scale heroics that set the humorous, twitchy tone and showcases Dunn, who's still fighting while wearing an identity-obscuring rain poncho. The off-the-rack costume is crucial to his low-key charm and vibe. It's also representative of Shyamalan's eccentric, intimately scaled superhero universe. One that leans on quirks of personality and quotidian fears rather than on computer-generated special effects and world-destroying brawls. His heroes and villains are invariably more ordinary and human than extraordinary, which raises the stakes and amplifies the tension. Shyamalan finds a way to cram Dunn, Glass and Crumb into the same fictional universe. But he hasn't found a persuasive way to make them fit together. He seems to know that. And so, after the reintroductions and other throat-clearing preliminaries, Shyamalan just locks all three in the same mental hospital. There. They are tended by a spectacularly inept shrink, Dr. Staple Sarah Paulson, who insists that they are merely delusional. The actor Luke Kirby, who's currently playing Lenny Bruce on the Amazon show The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, pops up as a hospital attendant. casting that I turned into an imaginary franchise crossover whenever Glass started to sag. And it does with increasing frequency. Even if, for the most part, there is enough in the movie. Creeping cameras, off-kilter booze, eye-popping mauve and especially its three male leads, to offset the longers. Obvious filler and rickety plotting. Shyamalan has been celebrated for his twisty stories. But his truest strength is his gifts for infusing outwardly banal moments with dread and for his work with actors. McAvoy takes his shirt off distractingly often. His pumped bare chest is a special effect. But his Quicksilver character changes are fun and often delicate. Jackson and especially Willis remind you again of how fine they can be when asked for more than booming shtick and smirk. In time, the air of Mysterioso quiet and encroaching. Consuming terror give way to manly growling, jaw clenching and vein popping. And everything falls to pieces in a poorly conceptualized and staged blowout. Only then does the relatively modest budget feel like a hindrance. It's a bummer and suggests that Shyamalan needed a few more years between this movie and the last to work out the kinks. And maybe a screenwriting partner who could help him separate his A material from his B, C and D ideas. He certainly needs help with his female characters. A lineup of clichés that are never as touching or as witty as he thinks. He's still playing with genre but not nearly enough. And no amount of self-reflexive winking and meter patter about comics makes it better. Well, that will do it, folks, on the Lucas Review. Tune on the channel for more movie reviews. Until then, I'm Daniel Martin. See you next time.